Morning, sir.
I hope you're well, Chief.
Not after you have read such a concocted story from the police.
Okay. So perhaps let's start from the meeting yesterday. The description that was given by the Deputy Minority Leader is constructive. Was that the impression you got?
Well, they chose to believe that it was constructive because I warned immediately after the meeting that the cavalier attitude of our police service, particularly within the Akufo-Addo presidency, and that the demeanor of the police simply suggested that there was going to be consultation with the instructions above. And I am not surprised that this is the outcome. I'm sure this morning, if the Deputy Minority Leader was called, he will say, Bernard told us that this was going to be what was going to happen. I'm not a prophet, but I've worked around with the police, and I simply am disgusted at the level of lies and the lack of conduct of persons that are parents who are supposed to live life of integrity, but for some strange reason, they just allow, if you permit me, partisanship to erode their sense of competence and capability. Yesterday, probably after they reviewed the letter, they made a suggestion of an alternative route. Speaker after speaker, from first the Deputy Minority Leader to second the Honorable Mahama Ayaraga to third the Honorable Ibrahim Mohammed, and then to me, and back to the Minority Leader with a conclusion, the Deputy Minority Leader with a conclusion. We told them straight and in the face that we are the ones who want to do our demonstration, and we choose where the demonstration should take place and the effect it should have. Should the police want to alter the route and probably the climaxing point, that would be called a demonstration by the police supported by us, and not by our demonstration guided by the police. This was firmly made by me. And so we choose, and we've given you ample time to do your professional work to ensure that security is provided. Senna, don't the police block roads to allow for even funerals to take place in this country? Don't the police clear places to allow for weddings and other social gatherings to take place? Doesn't this same police and the armed forces block wider areas in order to allow for the passage and stay of American vice presidents and their presidents and other assigns in this country? That doesn't endanger public safety. It doesn't endanger public peace. It doesn't bring about a disorder of public gathering. The police, unfortunately, some of them are either our age or even older than us. And worse is that some of them have qualifications that you tend to respect. But probably if we're in the police, would have also been CO, or would have even gotten to IGP. So they should know that they are dealing with people who, for the fact that we did not decide to join the service, would have been like them or higher than them. And they were civilians though before they became police, and they will return to civilianhood. From Kwesi Fori to Kenny Yabua, and to the many that just retired, I am sure that they will know that you cannot avoid being a civilian. So let them conduct themselves with professionalism and not with this kind of flimsiness. Look, this morning I just want to be charitable. Otherwise, what is this? We finished a meeting with you. We told you. So what is the purpose of this statement? So now just tell me the purpose of this statement. It was not like, okay, you finished the meeting and you wrote to us. At the meeting when you made this suggestion, the suggestion was bounced straight away. So if you want to write to us, you write to us. You don't go and issue a statement to the media. It is the height of uselessness. Because you are not dignifying the office of the minority. And I'm not sure that they should dignify you. The minority wrote to you and honored your invitation alongside other civil society organizations, including Arise Ghana. Is that the best you can do, even administratively? That after this, you will just go and issue a statement and say you are waiting for them. You will wait till thy kingdom come.
You will not respond to this?
Well,
they said they placed it before you. They are waiting to hear your feedback.
And we rejected it before them.
Oh, so you gave them a response right there?
We rejected it, and the conclusion was to them that we reject and we don't accept. And I remember Mama Yerga even cautioning Asari and Bani that knowing you, we don't want you to just get up and start running to court. And the regional commander was there. So after this was rejected, and there was even a call on you that don't go to court because you'll be inviting more than we want, because this is a peaceful and a cordial meeting that we've had. Then you still get up and go and issue this useless statement telling us what? Well, it's for the minority, but for me, where I said, they will wait till thy kingdom come. And if I were the minority, we will not honor any of their invitations again, because they have not shown good honor to the office of the minority leader. Let us treat each other that we matter. After Nana Akufo-Addo's presidency, we should still expect that we'll still have a professional police, right? It cannot be a police for the MPP. And that any time we have to do something, these partisan things are thrown at us. When will the police ever say that the route that we have chosen is without difficulty? And must the police be the ones to tell us where we should go and demonstrate? Then we will not demonstrate. But the Ghana police itself must recognize that their existence is as a result of non-conformity. Because if the early fighters for independence conformed with colonial police rules, we would not have had Ghana, let alone having a Ghana police service. If they want us to get to a point of not conforming with the police, we will do. The worst they can do is to use their bullets and kill us. But they cannot kill all of us. I am tired of this.
But you say this is for the minority to respond to.
Well, but they said they met with the minority. In any case, this initiation was done by the minority. And we are piggybacking because we share the same view with them, and probably we even share stronger opinions. If it was left for us, this is not going to be an ordinary work and occupation. We are going to make it more potent and more difficult for the governor. In fact, we would have resisted and arrested him and prevented him from going to the office. But the minority chose this path, and we respect their choice, and we want to go with them. We would have occupied the governor's official house and occupied the Bank of Ghana. But hey, when a group is doing something and you go to support, you don't go and start acting as if you do better.
But the suggestions you are making, they're not going too far.
Well, if the governor can go too far in putting the entire banking sector into this crisis. What we are doing is only less. That clear off your ass and allow confidence to be injected into the monetary sector. That is the least we can do.
Well, the last time there was a demonstration, and you were at that demonstration where there was clearly this disagreement on routes, it turned very chaotic. How should this be handled so it doesn't spill over like it did in that demonstration?
Well, I have said time without number that citizens have never done anything untoward. Even from the 28th February 1948 riot, it had to take the police to start firing at citizens, and that led to the chaotic scene. Check every other demonstration. Until the police act in such unprofessional manner and in violent manner, protesters are always excited to sing our songs of revolution, go and sit down and wait. Throughout the world, protesters don't go throwing stones unless they are attacked by the police. On the 28th of June last year, why? When the police said that they will not allow us to use our route, Senna, did you see any attempt by any group to move? We were stand still within the Kwame Nkrumah interchange. We did not move. So what provoked the attack on people who did not move and only gathered at one point?
Ghana's gold.
You said you will not allow us to use our route, and we also said we will not use the route you are suggesting. Senna, how does that amount to violence? So if we will not use your route, we will stay at where we are. So we're staying put. Then you go and use your agents provocateurs to come and start pelting stones. And then you turn around to molest, to injure, to maim. Don't forget that some of our people are still reeling under the banner of the hardship that this police did. You remember? Some of them are still suffering because the police shot into them. So we as citizens will never do anything. But since it has been the modus operandi of the police to provoke and then to launch the attacks, we cannot stop them from wanting to provoke and launch the attack. But we are assuring them that we as citizens will come them there in our red dress. We will come there without cudgels. We will carry no stones. We will carry no nothing. We will carry our conscience and we will carry our voices.
Well, let me conclude by asking you, because you've been in several protests. Does it make a difference if there's a slight change to the route? Would it affect the objective of the demonstration?
Senna, the objective of this demonstration is that we want to occupy Bank of Ghana.
Ghana's gold.
So if the police suggestion is that go and occupy the Black Star Square, tell me, in your ordinary and village sense, whether this makes any sense to you. Ask the police whether Bank of Ghana is the same thing as Black Star Square. We are not protesting our independence. We are protesting what the bank governor has done that has led all of us into a ditch. Then you come and tell me. So it is like I want to go and protest at a stadium. Then you come and take me and say, go to the farm and go and protest. But the stadium management will come to the farm and meet you there. I mean, sometimes the shallowness with which we argue is hard to live up.
Well, Comrade, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
Senna, the judiciary wants to protest, right?
Yeah.
And you tell the judiciary that don't protest at the courts, but go to Parliament or go to the University of Ghana and go and protest. This is the logic of the Ghana Police Service. And sometimes you just want to ask whether they did logic and reasoning in school.